Do we have time for the Target story, Lewis, now?
We do.
Okay, here's the deal with Target. The story is Target is under fire for allegedly giving $150,000 to an anti-gay candidate in Minnesota. The name of the candidate is Tom Emmer. Part of Target's defense is centering around that they donated to the Minnesota Forward and not directly to the candidate. Some are saying that just doesn't stand up, that the Minnesota Forward is very specific in terms of which candidates it's donating to, and that you would have to be completely uninformed to believe to not know who you're donating to by donating to the Minnesota Forward. Now, Emmer's hostility towards the LGBT community starts with his opposition to same-sex marriage, but it continues well beyond that. There's wholesale denial of equal rights going on. He has alliances with organizations that take on the gay community in a way that almost essentially aligns with the Ugandan anti-gays legislation. So I wanted to talk to somebody at Target. I told Lewis, let's do an interview with someone at Target. I don't know if they're doing interviews. We emailed the communication department, asked for an interview. We received no answer. Then we called. We spoke with someone there who basically said he could take my info down, and that is about it. And I have that call recorded. Now, if you want to hear the backstory, we actually consulted with an attorney. We did some research about how can we legally air this phone call, and I'll go into the whole story. It's kind of an involved story. I believe that we are okay, according to what we've been told. I'll go into the story on the members' bonus podcast. If you go to midweekpolitics.com, top left of your screen, you'll see a link to membership. You can check out that and plenty more on the members podcast. Here's the initial phone call to the Target associate. Take a listen.
Hi there. Thanks for calling Target Communications via our media hotline. My name is and can I have your name, please?
Hey, sure, it's David.
D-A-V-I-D, David?
You got it. I should let you know, since I am calling from work, the call may be recorded by bosses. I don't know.
Okay, and which media outlet are you with?
I'm with Midweek Politics.
Okay, so Midweek Politics?
Yeah.
Politics, Politics?
Yes.
Okay, and you said it's sort of a radio station? So it's radio and a TV show.
That's right.
All right.
We're looking to see about talking to someone about obviously I'm sure you know about the whole anti-gay support $150,000 donation that's going on.
So you want to do an interview with obviously someone at Target.
That's right. No, I want to interview someone at a different company. I'm just calling Target. Interviews on this?
Right, yeah, and unfortunately, all I do is just take the request. I'm not actually a direct part of the communication team.
Oh, I see.
So again, you're looking to interview as a Target person in regards to the donation.
That's right. You know, I'm sure you've heard about the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm aware of a political contribution that was made. Yeah.
Right. Okay. We've sent a couple of emails, and we tried on Twitter getting a hold of someone, and we just haven't heard from anybody.
Okay, but again, so you are a show, so you're on TV, and this will be broadcast.
Well, yeah, we're a show. I mean, what's going on here?
Interview request,
right?
In regards to the okay, yeah, because I mean, all the media inquiries and requests like that should come through the media hotline.
Gotcha.
And that's probably why you haven't gotten any response from an email or a Twitter.
Amazing.
Approach. Typically, with a request through this hotline, we would like to leave at least a 24-hour window for us to get back and get information for you. Now, is there a deadline that does not meet that time frame?
Within 24 hours would be fine for us.
Okay. Someone will follow up with you. And again, like I said, now what that conversation will be, when they call back, I don't know.
Right.
But like I said, I definitely can let them know that you are looking for this information. You want to get somebody, you want to interview somebody in regards to that political contribution. All right. Well, David, I appreciate the phone call today, and I'll get this information over to our team right away.
All right. So within he says they may need up to 24 hours. Within 5 minutes, I get a voicemail on my cell phone. We started doing the show. We called right before, so I wasn't able to pick up my phone. And we get a voicemail immediately from Target's main spokesperson, Jessica Carlson, from a blocked number with no email address or phone number to call her back at, saying the following, no surprise, saying, we're just not going to be able to do that interview.
Hi, David. This is Jessica Carlson from Target. Wanted to let you know that we won't be able to provide an interview for your radio program, but you can log on to our press room if you would like to view the statements that we have available at this time. It's target.com/pressroom, and you go to the civic activity link. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Sure, Jessica. Yeah, we wanted to do an interview, but instead I'll just read verbatim the statements from your website. We researched Jessica Carlson. She's been doing a lot of this stuff, making non-statements, essentially. It's impossible to talk to someone who actually has the authority. I don't believe it's to talk about this. I don't believe it's an accident. I mean, you call the main number. Someone who's not a part of the team takes your message. Jessica then calls you from a blocked number, leaves no callback number or email address. We looked at the statement. It basically references Target CEO Greg Steinhoffel saying the donation was not about gay marriage. It was about economic growth. That's fine, but it's bogus. It's completely bogus in the sense that if you donate to someone like David Duke, Lewis, because you like his position on education reform, you aren't exempt from responsibility for donating to a white supremacist, are you? I mean, you have still donated to a white supremacist.
Correct.
Now, the research has turned up a bunch of other things which suggest this isn't just a one-off thing with Target's lead people. The CEO and his wife both maxed out personal contributions to not only Tom Emmer, the candidate in question, but also, this is horrendous, Michelle Bachmann. Target's current group of top corporate officers have supported a row of anti-gay politicians, and even more confusing is that some of those anti-gay candidates are supported by Target's political action committee, and they don't even represent Minnesota. On Proposition 8, Target did donate to both sides to appear to be unbiased, but they gave almost 5 times as much to oppose marriage equality than to support it. Steinhoffel sent his daughter to Wheaton College, a Christian institution where being gay will get you expelled. And also the younger Steinhoffel studied at Focus on the Family Institute, which is essentially one of the leading proponents which says, you know what? We can cure gayness. We can absolutely cure gayness. I don't think that this is a mistake. I think if you believe Target did this because of economic growth, you're vastly mistaken. We'll be back after this. We'll talk about Prop 8 and plenty more.
This is Midweek Politics with Dave Pakman.
Midweek Politics is made possible in part by CSR Wire, the corporate social responsibility newswire at csrwire.com, by DIF Design, specializing in custom business websites at difdesign.com. To find out more about underwriting Midweek Politics, visit midweekpolitics.com.